Good morning, OTT across the globe. Welcome to 5,397 feet above sea level. This is the Edge Ice Arena and it's semi-final time. Your Warriors, going 4-0 over the last few days, are now taking on the third-seeded Colorado Springs Tigers. The winner of this one goes on tonight to play Littleton 14 UA for the ship, and the loser goes home with nothing. I'm Harry Haviland. Back with me is Shooter McGowan. After his absence at the game last night, he is happy to be back with us.
The heartbreaking game last night. DU losing in overtime to the University of Minnesota.
It was exciting, though.
It was exciting. I'm still trying to figure out the 5320 or whatever altitude number you just gave. Where did you find that?
I just know things.
That's great.
5,397 feet above sea level is where the Edge Ice. We might actually be
impressive.
Closer to 5,450 up here in the press box, but
yeah, we probably got about 15 feet up.
Looking forward to an exciting one here. The last time they faced the Springs, it was a victory for the Warriors. The two times before that, we came up a little short. They've been playing some great hockey with a shutout victory last night, 4-0 so far. But this is where it starts to mean something. You don't win this, and we go home.
As we were talking earlier, there's a late Broncos game tonight, and so on one hand, we want to watch the Broncos game, but I'd rather watch hockey.
I would much rather watch hockey.
So hopefully we'll be back this evening.
We'll see. There's 15 minutes up on the clock. The Warriors are circled in front of the net where Prokop is huddled down between. They got the pep talk and they're ready to go back out to the bench. I'm imagining it's going to be McGowan, Salazar, and Lars starting this one.
You know, we haven't talked a lot about it, but you got to give great kudos to Simon Prokop. We have had no backup goaltending support, and Simon has totally risen to the occasion this tournament.
That is true. He has been playing very well right through the season. He's had only a couple of breaks so far, but Jack will be back in the net next week. Right now, it is Graham McGowan at center. Benevelski and Moore back on defense. Wins that one back to Owen Moore, flipping it deep into Tigers territory. Salazar going after it. Tigers quick to turn it around, and Lars getting physical, taking his man out. Then McGowan goes right back at it. Fired in, and they're going to call that one offside. Just inside the blue line was one player. This line staying out there, only 16 seconds ticked off the clock. Ice leaning in the right direction, if you ask me right now, though. This ref, I've got a few things about this ref.
I mean, let him play the game.
Turn around, Moore fires it. He calls that one as no icing. Moore peels back off to the bench after that shot in. Looks like he's looking for a new twig. Coming out to center ice, turn right back around. Benevelski skating this one up. He's had a couple of magnificent moves. Lard looking to center that one across. Salazar's pinched up in front of the net. The puck's underneath the goaltender, and he hangs on.
Lar had his eye on Graham, and it just could not get that through.
Benevelski working up, but we've seen some unbelievable stick handling from him this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
A breakaway goal yesterday. Back out to Gruber. Him and Eggleseder are man on the point as this Toto line is pressing up front, out to center ice. Gruber pushing his man off that puck, now chasing it into his own end. Trying to backhand that one around the boards. Toto, it's lost inside of the net. Toto picks that up behind his own net. Hard off the boards, gets caught up by the refs. Toto still to it. Backhand, stripped away. Stolen back over by Badeo. Getting it to Woolley. It was behind him off a tip stick from a Tigers player. And Colorado Springs has it at center ice. Eggleseder flipping that one down, and icing waved off yet again. Tigers out of their own zone. Almost kicked away there by Haviland, who's out for his first shift. Now the Tigers going towards the front of the net, all on their own. They miss up on that pass, and the Warriors manage to get it out. Foster to center ice. Woolley steps around, taking this one wide. Back into Haviland, turns, shoots. Ow! Rebound comes out, taken away by the Tigers. Canterbury benching in, using that size to work the puck down in deep. Foster backing him up at the point, trying to come up with that puck. Goes past Popovic at the blue line, and resetting back into his own end is Kolchevsky. Joe Kolchevsky turning, making that outlet pass to Haviland. Couldn't get it to Foster, picked back up by Cannonberg. Pushes it outside the blue line. Foster and Cannonberg now pushing up against the side, right outside their bench. Haviland over to Kolchevsky. Joey making that pass through center. It was tipped behind Foster. He goes off. Popovic staying out there, racing in hard. Pops going in after it. He just dodged that hit, turned on him. Pops goes crashing, stolen by Haviland. In behind the net, turns back around. Has nobody at the point. Works his way back into the corner. Popovic was in front of the net. Now Pops back in the corner, helping out Haviland. Pops can't kick it out. McGowan's at the blue line. It goes past him. Benevelski's back at center ice, backhanding that puck back over to McGowan. Fired in deep as the rest of his line changes up. Salazar racing off the bench. He's joined by Weber. Past Benevelski, just outside the blue line. Cannonberg back to pick it up at center ice. Or Moore, sorry. Owen Moore off the boards into Benevelski. Sasha skating this one into the corner. We were talking about his hands as he's continuing to do that. That one just gets tipped away from him, and he's got to retreat back out to the blue line. McCowan trying to hold it there over to the far side. Owen Moore racing after it. Gets it on the right side and dumps that in. Goes around past the goaltender and Deacon Woolley. Weber, Luke Weber. Saw the W. I didn't see anything else. Over to Benevelski. Backhand clear to center. Toto couldn't quite get to it. That's going to be offside. There's the ref, picks up the whistle a little bit slow. And we've got 11:34 left to go here in the first period. It's the OTT Sports Network semifinal action of the Littleton Thanksgiving Tournament live at Edge Ice Arena. Toto, Woolley, and Medeo. Toto spun around, picked right up there by the Springs. Tigers coming in, backhand shot. Prokop sees it, holds on. That's going to bring the draw inside the Warriors zone for the first time. Toto winning that one back over to Gruber. It's taken by the Springs. Looking to wrap this one around. Good stick work there by Gruber to keep it out. Block shot by Woolley, and now he's off. Here comes Keegan Woolley, just the goalie to beat. They're coming back on him. Woolley looking for that far side. Blocker comes out, keeps it out into the corner. Woolley still chasing it. He's in there with Medeo bumping and grinding. Woolley back out. Oh, taken away there by the Springs, and now they've got to break away the other way. And they slide that right along the ice and come up with the first goal of the game. Goes one way with the miss, comes back out the other way, and Colorado Springs Tigers are up 1-0 with 10:59 left to go in the first. Let's get it back, boys! Foster, Popovic, Haviland. Back to Kolchevsky, over to the far side to Cannonberg. Racing up through center ice, Henry Cannonberg up from outside the blue line, ringing this one around the boards. Popovic and Haviland skating after it. Pops is the first one to it. Can't pull it into the blue line. Kolchevsky tips it right back in. Pop. Now that one comes outside. Cannonberg forcing his man off that. Picked up by Popovic at the blue line. He misfires on a shot. Still chasing this one. Going hard down into the right corner. Popovic against a couple. They're screaming for help. Foster comes in there, takes out the man. Puck squirts out into the front of the net, and it's taken away by the Tigers. Out to the blue line. Kolchevsky working hard to keep that in. Back over to Kolchevsky. Now tipped and right at the blue line held. Ooh, I want to say that was inside, but it wouldn't have mattered. It came back out afterwards. And the Warriors still battling here as the next line comes out with Lar, McGowan, and Weaver stepping over the boards. McGowan winning that forward. Lar trying to gain control.
What was that call?
What's that whistle for?
That was not offsides.
Wasn't even close to
That was not
offside.
offsides.
Oh well, they're going to call it that. McGowan's going to get another face-off. Face-off win by the Tigers. They're back in their own zone over to the far side, trying to backhand it out. Gets it through. McGowan's having an escape for this one. He manages to peel it back. Cannonberg on the back check, back over to McGowan. Cannonberg hard around the far side. Weber waiting there for it. Stepping in front of him was a Tigers player, and they bring it back out. Weber to center ice. Lara catches it. finally gets control of it and backhand flip that ahead, trying to get it for Canterbury. Back to Lar, working his way down into the left corner. He gets tripped up and goes down. The 2 referee system out here, not the 3 anymore. Benevelski with a shot, and a glove of the goalie comes up. They had the 3 refs out here earlier. That was for the 16U game. We've had 3 refs for every other game we played this weekend, but maybe not for the semifinals.
I don't know what happened. Well, there were 3 out here.
I know. I don't know where he went. Toto, Woolley, Medeo. Toto chasing it. Owen Moore comes in, big body on the play, and then back behind the net. Toto going after it. He knocks his man down. Medeo playing physical here, hockey, but out to Woolley. Shot flipped in front. Toto turning, shoot, pad save. He had a guy draped all over him, still managed to get that shot off. Goalie just closed the pass before he could sneak a 5-hole. Moore back into his own end, ripping it around the far side. Tigers there to pick it up, but Medeo fights it away. Austin Medeo flip up ahead. Toto gets the bouncing puck in front of the Tigers bench, working his way in. Completely hooked up, and there's a goal! Toto was drawing the penalty, but they tuck it home. Was that Woolley who got it?
Yes.
Awesome work there, chasing that one right down to the last wire. Deacon Woolley puts it in, and it's a 1-1 hockey game. Now do not let up with that and go get another one, then another one, then another one. Keep firing. Foster with the win back. Gruber across the red line, dumping that one in deep. Goalie tries to hold it up behind his own net. Lets it go. Foster up against the boards. Glove down. Foster couldn't get it over to Haviland. Pops keeps it in. Eagle-Cedar to Gruber. Shoots one in. At the tip in front was Foster. Centering pass. Doesn't get back out in front. Taken away by the Tigers. Flip back to the blue line. Gruber, another fire shot in. Bouncing over into the corner. Popovic looking for that rebound. Sends it in behind the net. Haviland chasing into the corner. Gets taken out. And then Foster with a big hit there. Punishing his man. Eagle-Cedar kicking this one around. He hangs onto it and then loses it in the corner. Stripped away, and here come the Springs. Popovic on the back check, hustling. They flip that one around. Eagle-Cedar put it off the backboards. Bounces off the net, and Aggie has it. Backhand pass, and then a shot comes in. Eagle-Cedar gets in front and makes the block. Haviland trying to kick this one out. They settle it down in their own end. Eagle-Cedar with the pass out. Popovic just missing. And they call it icing with the missed pass. Back down into the Warriors' end. 7:52 left to go. It's a 1-1 hockey game. You like what you're seeing so far here, Shooter?
I do. I'd like to see a little bit more pep in their step, but I think they're playing physical. I think they're making some smart decisions on where they're bringing the puck and spreading out. So, all in all, looking pretty good.
Kolchevsky ripping one around the boards. Weber there to get it. Backhand pass out to McGowan. Doesn't get it. Back over to Weber. Flip to McGowan. Over to Salazar. And they bring it back in offside. This one's going to be just outside the Warriors' end for another faceoff. McGowan. Weber leaning into that one. Back over to Kolchevsky. Pass up off the boards, flipped ahead of McGowan to put it up over his stick. Back to Kolchevsky. Stuck out to the middle of the ice. Graham McGowan turning at the center. Putting it hard into the corner. Salazar and Weber flipping around on either side to get it. Weber ends up there first. Going over in the other corner. Now the Tigers get it to the point. Kicked down by Canterbury.
Nice job, Hank.
Flipped in deep. Making a couple of changes. Off the bench comes Toto. Couldn't quite get it back to himself off the boards with the Tigers changing. Toto finds it again at the red line. Toto spinning, turning, back to Woolley. Back ahead to Toto. He's got Medeo with him as they come across the blue line. With the shot, Medeo trying to knock down the rebound in front. Canterbury working it around in the corner. Out to center by the Tigers. Woolley picks it up quickly, trying to flip it to Toto. It gets picked off, and then Canterbury goes the other way to Medeo. Out to center. Medeo couldn't backhand it in. He would have been offside anyways. Now he gets control of it at center. Medeo circling, trying to make that long pass across with Moore and Woolley on the other side. Comes back to Benevelski. Now up to Moore. Flipping one in. Foster chasing it. Turn. Benevelski holding it in at the blue line. It sneaks past him. Now he's backtracking with the Tigers coming in. One-on-one stick lift. Shot comes in. Blocker down by Prokop. Owen Moore. Quick turnover. Medeo gets run into. Spins around. Still trying to get that puck. Gets out muscle on that play. But Foster comes in. Takes the guy out. In return, they get the puck, and Foster ends up getting a hit. Behind for Benevelski. Backhand pass up. Woolley couldn't flip it out of the zone. Shot, Prokop hangs on. 5:36 left to go. Still first period action here with Harry Haviland and Shooter McGowan. Semi-final action coming at you in Littleton, Colorado. Foster, Popovic, and Haviland in their own end. Foster winning that one over. Engelceder trying to get it. Controlling it back behind to his deep partner, Gruber. He goes up the boards to Haviland, who couldn't find that pass. Sneaks it back over and tips it back through the center ice. Popovic with the forecheck. Almost takes that one away. Nobody else was trailing there as the puck was loose. And finally, the Tigers come back to pick it up. Kept into the blue line by Popovic. Sending it in deep. He's chasing it in behind the net. Gets shouldered on that one. Pinched up against the boards. Foster collects the loose rubber. And then it's stripped away, and the Springs knock it through center ice and all the way down. That will be an icing call against the Tigers. And 200 feet the other direction will be everybody skating. McGowan, Lahr, and Salazar. Gruber and Iggy on the point. Lahr pushing his man down into the corner and taking the puck away. Working his way through. Reed Lahr, backhand spinning, centering pass doesn't come off. McGowan shoulders his man and gets back out to Gruber and sends it into the corner. That one goes past Gruber, and Engelceder's going to have to be in his own end to pick it up. He goes right back out to center ice. McGowan tips it. And Lahr going around. McGowan keeping this one in. Engelceder with the backhand. Sending it deep into Tigers territory. Back over. Lahr spinning out of the corner. Reed turning. Gets knocked back in. Still has control of that puck. That one's flipped high and out of play into the Tigers bench. It'll still stay down the offensive zone for the Warriors as they make a line change. Toto, Medeo, and Woolley out with Kannenberg and Kolchevsky. Back to Kolchevsky, holding it in on the point. Medeo turning dangerously at the blue line, then that one's stripped away. Hank comes across and knocks it out. And then he walks into the man at the blue line on the other side. The Springs still coming in. Toto hauls his man down, and he's going to get a penalty for that one as Ben Toto brings the player down before he gets to the net. Warriors going on a penalty kill with 4:04 left to go in the first. Foster and Woolley out to kill this one. Foster off the boards and out of the zone. Yes, it will be an icing, but that will take 6 seconds off the clock. Finally, the ref blows that one. And it took 8 seconds off the clock because the ref didn't realize he had to blow his whistle when it was icing. This guy was supposed to blow it. He never did.
Well, he thought he was officiating a men's league game tonight.
Let the clock tick down. These guys are tired and thirsty. Foster trying to win another one. He gets tied up at the blue line, or at the dot. Kannenberg getting the angle, flipping that one around. It sneaks outside and it's rolling. They are not going to whistle that one down as it's picked up. Neither ref had his hand up or was even looking at the other guy, so collectively it's a no icing. Snuck in behind. Now they're working in. The guy going towards the front of the net. They rip one wide. Bouncing off the far boards. Kept into the blue line and then stolen away. Woolley with another breakaway. He just turns, fires one in on net, changes up to get some fresh legs out for the last minute and 20 seconds of this power play for the Springs. Making some passes across. Something just got thrown out onto the ice. I'm not sure what that is. Springs trying to get set up in here. Halfway through this penalty kill for the Warriors. Cross to the other side. Miss on the one-timer at the blue line. They give it back to him. Walk it across. Shoots in. Blocked in front. Popovic lets that go. Gruber. Back over for Egelseeder. Sending it around to Foster. Foster can't tip that out. It rolls back in, and the Springs have it at the dot. Shooting. Blocked down in front there by Gruber. Out to the blue line. Not clear. Still kept in there as Egelseeder's fighting in the corner. They shoot one through the crease. It bounces off. Held in at the blue line here by the other D-man.
Gruber's hurt.
Yeah, he took a shot.
Yeah.
The block. They fire one high off the glass. Needing to get this one out for a line change. These penalty killers are getting tired. Gruber is limping in there right now. That's what hockey players do, though. You play through it. And Gruber can't get it out. There's to Gruber. He fires it all the way down. Good job there by Grooves. It will be icing, and they kill the penalty off like that. Tough there for the D, but they got it done.
Yeah. Heart's racing a little bit there.
Yours is?
My heart was,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
We
killed.
were a man down, but we had Gruber, who was kind of half of a man.
Yes. I'd say he's twice the man I am for
Wow.
actually playing through that. Oh, blocked down in front, and Haviland comes in, and he's going to get a penalty for that. Back to the box go the Warriors as Haviland comes in a little aggressively. And we cannot afford to be killing off penalties here, boys.
No, we cannot.
Toto and Woolley staying out there. Kolchevsky and Cannonberg on D. 2 minutes go back on the clock as number 9 feels shame in the sin bin. Tigers win that draw back out, controlling up at the blue line. Turning, Woolley trying to intercept, go across D to D, shooting back into the corner. Cannonberg tips it, goes after it, uses the strength to get that puck back out to the blue line again, but gloved down by the D-man. Woolley getting his stick up there, he's got to be careful too. The ref's yelling at somebody.
He's yelling at Woolley.
For what? What was the whistle?
For nothing. He's staring him down. Like, that ref's just got to go. He's just got to accept the fact that he shouldn't be reffing kids.
I don't get what he's... What was that? He just whistled it down to tell Woolley not to do something and then dropped the puck in the... Whatever. Kolchevsky.
There you go, Joey.
Sends that one out, then Toto gets sat down, but that puck goes all the way down for another icing call. Popovic steps out with Foster. 1:27 left to go in the penalty, 1:21 in the first period. Still tied up at 1. The Warriors, 4 minutes straight, have been shorthanded. Or they will be when this is over. Popovic, clean win back. Cannonberg racing after it. Turns on his man. Henry Cannonberg's got some room. Sends it across the far side. It's off the boards just behind Foster as he was looking to stretch out. Quick pass back out of the zone. Tigers taken away by Pops off the boards. Center ice. Foster looking for the hit. They jump out of the way of that one and send the puck in. Prokop settles it down behind the net. Cannonberg, he's with Egelseeder. Minute left to go in the period. Cannonberg passed that one out to Foster. Just couldn't reach for that one either. Turning in their own end, the Tigers send it in. It's on Prokop, and he decides to hang on. 43.7 left in the period. 49 in the power play for the Tigers. Another win there by Foster, picked up by Egelseeder. Hard off the glass outside the blue line. They wave icing off as the player was right there trying to tag up on it. Good way to kill the time off the clock here, but the Tigers come back through. Popovic knocks it down. Interception at center ice. Back over to Toto. He's right down below us here. Toto battling up against the boards. Pop's getting his stick involved. Comes out into the Warriors' end and tapped away by Eggleseder. Prokop sees it and covers up again with 13 seconds left to go. Pretty packed house here for the semifinals today. Hard to find a seat. Scalpers are getting their money's worth outside for this one. Toto, the win back. Benevelski sends it the length of the ice again.
I'm not even going to put the camera down.
Don't even worry about it. 9 seconds left to go. I think they'll just try this a couple more times to get rid of this one and get it out. Get out of this first period. Bouncing puck, that one's gloved down. They hold it in at the blue line. Moore has it. Benevelski couldn't flip it. Couple of people swing and buzzer sounds. Period is over. The Warriors get away with that one. They still have 5 seconds to kill off. As we will start the second period very shortly.
We were showing the third period.
We were showing the third period because I didn't set it up properly apparently. Would you like to talk about our special featured spotlight player today?
Yeah, of course. I've had the privilege to work with this fine young gentleman for quite a few years now in coaching, but Devin Foster, number 7 center for your Arapahoe Warriors. And I unfortunately don't have my glasses on me, but I do think it's November 22nd is his birth date. And I believe he goes to Byers Middle School and will be headed to Denver East to go play for the East Angels. And as everybody knows, his nickname is Fozzie. Fozzie, however you want to say it. I was a big Fozzie the Bear fan, so I like to call him Fozzie. Waka, waka, waka. Favorite hockey player? Brady Tkachuk. Another Madison Beer infatuation. Yes, there's something about Madison Beer. I don't know what it is. He's very interested in visiting Japan. I don't know if he's looking to go play hockey out there, but Japan is one of his areas.
Beautiful country.
He's not in a relationship. He is single because hockey occupies most of his time. He loves tournaments in Nashville. Hell's Bells by AC/DC, good song. The Zamboni song annoys him, so we don't want to do that. You know, one interesting career aspiration with this kid, he wants to be a donor.
A donor of what?
He wants to be a donor of life.
Leave that up to imagination.
It could be a donor of anything. But
he's just a charity kind of guy. He wants to donate.
What a tremendous giving soul. But he really wants to play and be the Littleton AA team. So hopefully we can win this game and get ourselves set on that tonight.
That is the goal. The second period is underway after you know a little bit more about number 7, Devin Foster. All the way back into his own end. Toto's coming, but he's got a guy coming in on him hot. The Hawks, as we talk about them, the Tigers get to that puck first and now have it in the Warriors' end. Centering pass picked away there by Woolley. Back over to the stick of Benevelski coming out of his own end. He's got Toto on the far side. Medeo up in front of him. Benevelski with those sick hands again, but could not finish that time. Wow, he needs to do that more often.
I wish he could teach me how to do that.
Wow. Only way I could do that is in my sleep. Because I'd be dreaming. 14:20 left here in the second period. This one's just underway as McGowan wins one over the side to Salazar. He's fighting his way into the corner, backhands it to the point, kept in by Eggie. Eggleseder, the look at the tip. Takes that puck, Reed goes around the backside of the goaltender and tucks it home.
Reed skates directly to the camera on the side of the rink to show his appreciation.
And out of the box, back to 5-on-5. The Warriors take the lead early in the second period. It's a 2-1 hockey game. Down over to Salazar. Salazar working his way into the corner, takes his man out. The puck just about intercepted there by Lar behind the net. Passing their way out of their own zone as the Tigers coming up. McGowan on the back check, shoving his man down. Then Eggleseder takes a bit of a bump at the blue line. McGowan, Gruber in behind, back over to Graham McGowan. Shovel pass up to Lar off the boards. Lar feeding Salazar at center. Salazar tipped that ahead of himself. Couldn't quite catch up before it was tipped away by the defender. In comes Gruber into his own end. Player up on top of him, so he drop passes there for Salazar. Going around over, and out comes Popovic. Again, they're pushing that puck a little too far to their own reach. It's being picked up. It's offside is what the call is going to be on that one. Haviland for his first shift back after serving that roughing penalty. He's out with Foster and Popovic. Picks up the puck, turning on his backhand, taking it up the right wing. Gets it in across the center line and fires it in hard. Foster and Popovic chasing. Foster gets that one first. He's up on the left board, sneaks that puck through to Popovic. Pops turns. Oh,
no call.
He turned on that one a little bit though too. It was right in front of the ref. I'm glad he got up though. That was a hard hit. Back to Pops at the blue line. The blocker saved there, almost fooled that goalie. Foster knocking down the rebound, taking that one away from the Tigers players. Now Foster's tangled up in the corner. Haviland looking to steal it away. Back out to Popovic. Fires another one. It's in front. No rebound there as Devin Foster was going looking.
Oh.
Comes over to give him a chat, and Foster says, "Get out of my face." A
little recipe exchanging.
Don't you know I'm the featured player of the game?
Yeah, right?
Come on, bud. I'll sign your stick for you later.
Well, at least we know he won't be donating to him anytime soon.
No, I don't believe he will be. Lost my microphone here. Pick back up, another shot in. It's underneath. Toto's looking. Puck doesn't sneak out, but Kannenberg had a good shot off there. Pressure coming from the Warriors. I'm liking the way it's starting to lean, but not comfortable with a 2-1 lead. Lots of hockey left. 12:38 left to go in the second period. Harry Haviland here with you on the OTT Sports Network. Face-off win goes in. Austin Medeo, the first hit takes his man out. He's still digging for the puck, takes it into the corner, then he gets bumped down by the player that he just recently took out. Still grinding up against her. Toto's trying to get his stick in there. Comes out behind the net.
Austin,
Medeo
nice job.
hangs on. Woolley turns, shoots. It was blocked in front. Foster. No, Medeo. Medeo behind the net. That's going to be a hit.
There we go.
He's going to give him that one for boarding, or a hit from behind, or whatever it's going to be. A rough, we'll see.
Great work by Austin Medeo.
He was all over that puck right from start to finish. Playing physical hockey ends up paying off, and the Warriors have the power play. Eggleseder out with Kannenberg on the blue line. It's going to be Foster, Popovic, and Haviland starting the power play for your Warriors. Foster with the win, back to Haviland, gets it to Eggleseder. Quick shot comes in, puck's loose in front. Goalie just shoves that one over to the side. Back out to Kannenberg at the blue line. Another fired shot comes in, tipped away to the side. Haviland over behind the net to Foster. Getting set up, Eggleseder just keeps that one in on his backhand. Flipping it back into Foster, jumps over his stick into the corner. Haviland playing a little bit of interference there, setting the pick, and out to the blue line for Kannenberg comes up. Back in, turning by Foster, and it's right in the target on the chest of that goaltender.
Great puck movement by the Warriors. Great job.
Good job, exactly what I was going to say there. They're moving that puck around, looking for the opening, and not just firing blindly. Same 5 players stay out there as there's only 27 seconds gone. 1:33 left to go if you do the math correctly in this man advantage for the Warriors. Popovic around to Foster in a corner. Eggleseder chasing. He's in deep, knocking that puck away, trying to get it back so the Warriors can get set back up. Kept in there by Kannenberg. Backhand into Foster. He's got some time in the corner now. Devin Foster stick handling around. Out to Haviland at the top of the circle. He fires one in. It's blocked in front. Eggleseder out to the point. Haviland keeps it in. Turns, pass into the corner. Eggleseder still in deep. Haviland shoving this guy up against the boards. Puck comes around behind the net for Foster. Cannonberg comes in, finishes the hit, and the puck's going all the way down. That's got to be an icing call as the ref.
What?
That's garbage.
Yeah,
that should have been icing for sure. Off the boards. Should have let the player touch it. That should have been too many men on the ice. Goaltender hanging on. They're going to blow the whistle. The Warriors get fresh power play unit out there with 22 seconds left in an offensive zone draw to see what they can do. Toto Madeo and Woolley, Benevelski and Moore on the blue line. Toto spinning. Tigers control the face-off. Put it hard up to the glass. Benevelski knocks it back down. Toto back to Benevelski. Coming out of the corner. Sasha with the drop pass back over to Toto. He leaves that at the dot and it's picked up by the Tigers. Benevelski back checking stick lift at the boards.
Come on.
And Woolley just got crunched and his helmet even came off. Ref's talking to the coaches here, saying what's going on. I'm just holding my breath, making sure Woolley's okay as he's walking to the far corner of the bench after getting his bell rung. Coach does not like the no call on that one.
How in the world do you not call something?
Call it a charge, call it a rough, whatever. You got to get your stick up into somebody's head to knock his helmet off.
Come on.
What?
Come on!
Madeo gets a penalty on that.
Unbelievable.
You've got to be kidding me. No wonder the refs or the coaches arguing this. I thought he was arguing a no call, but he's arguing the fact that Madeo's getting a call on that. Absolutely garbage. I can see why Coach Matt's frustration's coming out here. They're going to take this back into the Warriors' end. 4-on-4 for 3 seconds, and then the Warriors back killing off a penalty with Madeo in the box and Woolley getting tended to by the Arapahoe medical team over there. Popovic winning it back. Benevelski flipping around to far side to Moore. Up the boards to Foster. They're killing off a penalty now as the Tigers have it out at the blue line, top of the circle. Shoot one in, miss the net. The rebound comes in loose. Moore shoving his man up against the back, knocking this puck loose. Owen Moore gets run there with a big hit. You don't see the big boy go down that easily that often. Benevelski, the backhand out to the blue line, not out of the zone though. Popovic chasing it back into the top of the circle. Tigers set up at the blue line. Couldn't knock it away. It's loose in front, back out, and then flipped out of the zone by Popovic. Sent down the length of the ice, and they'll get some fresh legs out. 1:24 left to go in this power play for the Tigers. I still do not. I can't wait to go back and watch that in post-production. Yeah. Toto winning that one over to the corner. Eggleseder is tied up. So that brings the Tigers back behind the net, controlling this puck. They still have it, working their way out to the corner, back to the blue line. D to D across the top of the zone. Make it again. Try that one-timer that rarely works for them. Completely missed on it, but they get the puck back, sending it deep into the corner. They have it. Pass comes out front, looking for that short side. Good work there by Prokop, keeping it out of the net. Back out to the blue line. Tigers on the penalty kill again.
Nice
right
job,
in,
Simon.
making the save. 9 minutes left to go in the second period. Still over half a hockey game left to play, and I'm already pacing like it's the end of the third and we're down by one.
You know, I hate to keep talking about that penalty, but one of the things that's kind of interesting is even the Colorado Springs fans were kind of like shaking their heads, wondering what happened.
Yeah, that. Oh, Popovic's going to get a penalty for that. You got to be kidding me.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, there we go. That should have been interference, right?
What was that call?
And Popovic. I would say it's interference on him, on a hook on.
They're both going.
They're both getting them. Did you have time to read that rule book last night? Because I did.
Well, I didn't read the latest edition because it gets updated every day.
That was this morning. See him.
Yeah.
Now the coach asking again, what's going on? Obviously, Matt didn't get the new edition of the rule book here today either.
Wow.
Well, Pop's in the bench or in the box, and so is the Springs player. So, are they going to go 4-on-3, or are we going to go 4-on-4? I don't think those are coincidentals. They're going to be offsetting.
They should be offsetting. Well, the fact that they're going to drop it down there would say they're not offsetting.
4-on-3.
Well,
4-on-4, 5-on-4, 5-on-4. Okay, 5-on-4. They're calling them coincidental. 5-on-4, 44 seconds left in this man advantage for the Tigers. Foster trying to get a shot up there off the draw. He's out with Toto. And here now the Springs are going to get a penalty for a trip as they... Oh, we're going to get a penalty.
Yeah, Toto got a penalty on that one. He's getting a tripping penalty.
I thought we went down. Or Foster's getting a penalty.
Oh, was that Foster?
We're going to run out of room in the box here. So now it's going to be 5-on-3 for 31 seconds, followed by 5-on-4 for another minute and 29. Egelsteiner, Cannonberg out there with Toto. 5-on-3 hockey for the Tigers. Tigers win this one back. They're controlling at the top of the zone. Back out to the blue line. Shoot one in. Prokop makes the save. Hanging on there is Simon. Doing what he does, so well. Toto back down in for another draw. Wins that one to Egelsteiner. Hard up off the glass, but it gets caught up in the mesh. There's a puck still caught in the mesh as another one bounces down. Five seconds at a time, I guess. We can just keep doing this until the 2 minutes is over.
It'll make for a long game.
Already it seems like it's been a long game. We had the opportunity to start early and didn't do that. Springs working their way around. Trying to set up here with 5 seconds left to go. Shot comes in. Prokop with the save. And they'll have a man jumping out of the box here if they can win this draw and beat it up. Oh, they want to win this draw, so they put the face-off specialist Haviland out there.
There you go. A lot of faith.
Gets won by the Springs. Haviland does block the shot, though, and then Cannonberg tips it over to the side. First penalty is killed off. There's still 5-on-4 here with another shot in front. Flip out and clear of the zone. Right back in there. Cannonberg takes it away before they have a chance to get set up. Cannonberg off the boards and out. Call it an icing, but time comes off the clock as they do that. Not sure when the coincidentals are over, but probably one of these upcoming whistles. Another couple players are going to be back and available for their squads. Toto, Haviland, Gruber, and Benevelski out there on this penalty kill. Haviland shoves that one up, gets it out of the zone. Toto with an opportunity coming across. He's working his way up on the forecheck. Haviland blocks that one down at center ice, then tries to take it away on the far side, but racing away is the Tigers. Getting physical here and outside the zone again, forcing that reset with 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Skating through, coming in onside. Skate guts a kick away on that. It gets off the backboards and into Prokop's glove. He holds on as we work our way into the final 29 seconds. There's been a lot of penalties in this game.
There have been. And to be honest with you, there'll be a lot more if we keep hitting with our hands up.
Yes.
We're getting pretty high on these hits.
But he wasn't high when he hit Lily.
What's that?
But he wasn't high when he hit Lily.
Well, right.
Backhand drop pass into the zone for the Tigers. Down into the corner. Stick of Eggleseder there, pushing a puck up. Tigers get it back.
We got a hurt man. It's like,
was Eggie hurt there? Gruber's?
yeah.
Gruber's back hurt again.
I think it's his
Eggleseder
wrist.
back out to the blue line. Looking for a block
and
at
he
the
gets
top of the
pegged
circle. Then he
again.
gets hit again. Gruber with a couple of tough ones. Players out of the box, back to 5-on-5. They killed these ones off. They're still down in the offensive zone. McGowan coming out, taking that puck out, looking for the long feed to Weber. It's picked up by Lahr. Shoved into the corner, and Gruber goes off hurt. Reed back out to the blue line. Moore fires one in, just sending it wide, looking for the tip. Lahr back in behind the net. Goes underneath McGowan's stick. Owen Moore steps inside, so he better get back on that one. Comes out to Eggleseder at the blue line. Cross the red line, dump back in just as Moore gets onside. Going after it now is Gray McGowan out to the blue line. Moore shoots one, looking for the loose puck in front. Weaver just missed on the rebound. Benabelski right back in for Lahr, sending it over to the far side. McGowan stepping in front of his man. Moore stepping down in from the blue line. Tigers come out of the corner with that puck and now working their way across. They try and make that pass. Salazar gets a stick on it, but it's knocked into the Warriors' end. 5:36 left to go here in the second period. Long stretch pass there. Medeo off the bench, and the goalie gets that, sticking it back out to the blue line. Fired right back in by Owen Moore. For the far side, Ben Toto chasing it. They dance around him. Medeo bumps it with a shoulder. Moore back into his own end. Gets a stick on that, and the loose puck comes across. The man was escaped from Benabelski, and it's tucked in there. Tie hockey game 2-2 as we near the 5-minute mark of the second period. This is the slowest game ever.
Yeah,
5-minute mark of the second period?
It's crazy. Takes a little bit more time, so refs are learning how to ref as they go.
Yeah. Turning out of the zone, Canterbury. Haviland can't get to it. Picked back up by the Tigers. Popovic over on the far side, backhanding it to center ice. Tipped away there by Foster, over to Popovic's side, and then sent in the length. Prokop handles it behind the net. Up to Haviland, who tips it off the boards, right back over to the Tigers player. That player goes down, and Golchevsky's behind his net. They lose it again in front. Now Foster trying to get over. Haviland back to the front of the net. Warriors need to pull up their socks a little bit here. Too many men.
That's unbelievable.
Foster is going to put that one off the mesh and out of play. There was too many players on the ice, and the puck was right entangled up with them.
And how the ref couldn't see that is beyond me.
It's a 2-2 hockey game with lots of time left in this one. Gowan, Lahr, and Salazar. Broken stick on the ice, belonging to the Tigers players, allowing the Warriors a chance to escape. Ben Salazar coming up through center ice on the left wing. Stick handles in through the slot. Salazar looking to feed that to Lahr, gets it back, and then just puts it up over the net. Benabelski was in deep, couldn't get it through to the point to McGowan. Now Eggleseder's chasing this back into his own end. Behind the net, Benabelski Backhand pass over to the far side. Lawrence Salazar go for it. Picked up by McGowan. He can't swipe it out of the zone. Turned around and shot in and scored.
Come on!
Warriors have got to pick this up, get back with some little bit of edge to their game.
Yeah.
Lackadaisical hockey is not going to win you a semifinal. Let's go, boys! Toto Medeo and Woolley back out. No Weber out there. No, sorry, still no Woolley. We'll have to get an injury update on him. Hope he's all right. Tigers coming in again. Tigers controlling in the offensive zone, working their way into the corner, passing back out to the blue line. Shot rips in, kicked over to the side by Cannonberg. Weber going after it. Weaves with a pass out. Medeo chasing that Toto tip down in.
Nice job
Good
by
there.
Austin Medeo.
Another good hustle by Medeo. He's had a couple of those this game yet. Out with a shot in front. Medeo trying to knock down, or Toto, sorry, trying to knock down that Weber shot. Weaves around the far side. Austin going after it. The blue line in controlled. And one-on-one here for the Tigers, working their way in. Good work there. Cannonberg forcing his man into the corner and then finishing that check hard. Blue line, but not out. Chance for Henry Cannonberg. He's coming in. Rips a shot, bouncing loose. Toto couldn't find it. Down the ice and an icing call with the Tigers player.
Yeah.
Getting behind the play. Oh. Now my heart's racing a little bit. 2:35 left to go. It's still a second period here on the OTT Sports Network. Semifinal action in Littleton, Colorado. Foster winning that to Haviland. Backhand goes in front. Goaltender just covers up as Foster was trying to figure out how to get a rebound. They'll have another face-off right at the same dot. That one still unclaimed. It gets over to the stick of Popovic. To Foster shooting. Looking for the far side. The goaltender couldn't quite get it with his glove. Popovic keeping it in at the blue line. Benevelski working his way in deep. Foster back into it. Around, flip past Moore, who's also working in deep here as Haviland and Popovic are playing defense. Haviland trying to take that away. Player goes down. Foster gets back in front of his man. Benevelski now with that backhand pass off the boards to Haviland, tipped out by Foster. Racing through center ice, Devin Foster chasing the Tigers player into his own end. That pass goes across in front of their own net. Tigers flip that out to center ice. Haviland turns, leaving that one for Moore. Fires a shot in and they send it wide. Haviland in the corner, back to Moore. Up off the mesh and over the glass and out of play. That's not mine, this is mine. A little bit more desperation in their play is what I'm looking for from this Warriors team right now.
Yeah.
The Tigers still have it in the Warriors' end though, behind the net. Cannonberg. Drop pass there, off the boards. Weaver trying to flip it through. Medeo chasing again. Austin Medeo getting up ahead of this one, pushing it in. Controlling back around, trying to pass that one back out to the point, and he now has to flip it to his forehand. It gets shoved back in. Cannonberg does a good job. That bouncing puck settles back down on his blade, and he flips it into the corner. Tigers trying to make their escape on the other side. Puck gets past Gruber, and then Weber gets tied up trying to... Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me.
He did. He fell on his...
Oh my God.
That's not a trip. I think the hook was there on the one side, and then as he turned away, he got the puck and fell down. Playing from the penalty box, though, is not helping the Warriors, that's for sure. Back on the penalty kill, Foster and Popovic out. Cannonberg and Egelseeder on D. Cannonberg forcing the pass back out to the blue line. They settle it down, get it over to the far side of the top of the circle. Shots blocked, bounces down into the corner. Kevin Foster hammers it back out, kept in the blue line. Shot comes in, big block there by Cannonberg. Even he felt that one, but he's going to get right back into the play. Egelseeder behind the net. He gets stripped down, and there's going to be a penalty against the Tigers. Back to 4-on-4 hockey as the refs continue to call everything.
Stop being the game, refs.
Yeah.
Okay? Let them play and stop trying to be the game.
I agree. We were having this conversation before this game as we were watching the 16U AA's play. And we've got to come to an acceptance as fans, as parents, as players. This is hockey. You can't get upset over every push and shove in front of the net. People are going to get hit. People are going to fall down. But the refs have got to let them play hockey. Medeo sealing it around, couldn't power his way towards the front of the net, then he loses the puck in behind. Back through center, Benevelski now chasing. Player working his way all the way in, you got to be kidding me. 1-on-4, and he comes in, takes the shot. And now it's a 2-goal lead with 16 seconds left to go in the second period. This isn't Warriors hockey like I'm used to.
No, it's not.
That goal comes 4-on-4, so Weber stays in the box for another minute and 16 seconds. Drop the puck. Foster and Popovic still out there with Cannonberg and Egelseeder. Tigers battling at center. Cannonberg takes it away. That's a complete trip on, like, one's got to be, if you're calling garbage, you've got to call blatant ones. I hate that I'm complaining about the refs, but. As the Tigers were the ones that put it out of play, it comes down into their end. Foster with the win. Egelseeder chasing back into his own end, and the guys on top of him. And a buzzer sounds. I was wondering what that whistle was for there. But that is the sound signaling the end of the second period. Going to be a couple of players in the penalty box to start the third frame, but more importantly, the Warriors down 2-0 have got to find another level, another gear, dig deep.
I've got faith that they're going to come out with a little bit of fire in this third period. Will it be enough to get us back into this game? We'll see, but at least we're going to finish strong. I'm confident of it.
I like your positivity on that one. I'm wondering if Matt's trying to tell them too, hey, they're calling all this crap, just stay away from it, play physical, but nothing extra. I don't want to see an extra shove, an extra push, an extra stick. We can't play from the box. I don't know how many penalties there's been, but it's too many. Popovic and Foster, Cannonberg and Egelseeder, 4-on-4 hop, 59 seconds. That one's won by the Tigers and kicked in. Egelseeder being chased into his own end for it, lifts a stick, leaving that for Cannonberg. He makes a pass across to Popovic, who controls it, feeding a speeding Foster through center ice. Foster's tripped up there, and a penalty coming against the Tigers. 4-on-3 in favor of the Warriors now for 43 seconds, and then they'll have a brief 5-on-3 for approximately 25 seconds. Look at this map guy go today.
You know, I mean, I get it, penalty in our favor, etc., but I'm just, come on, guys, just let him play. Just let him play.
There's too many whistles. Like, yeah. Foster with the wing. Cannonberg takes that shot. Turning around is Popovic. Drop pass back. Shot comes in, and the goalie gloves it down. Keep those shots low right now. Foster with another win. He's hooked up, but it comes out. Haviland's circling, back out. Another shot ripped in, and the goaltender flashes the glove. Good opportunities here coming from the Warriors. They've got the man advantage for another 28 seconds, and then they'll have a 2-man advantage. That one's finally won by the Tigers. They skated behind their own end, put it off the boards and out. It's perfect weight there. Cannonberg's inside his own end looking for it. Henry Cannonberg, pass up to Haviland. Hard cross across to Popovic, who's got some room. Coming in to set that up, Popovic just loses the handle. It's taken back around. Foster with a back check, taking it back. Stripped away, and a breakaway coming in. Short-handed 4-on-3 goal. I'm about done with this game, Shooter.
Yep. Coaching in the world that's going to help here. It's all about the individual efforts of these players. They got to get out there and get the work done.
They've still got a man advantage here for 3 seconds, and then they go to a 5-on-3. Stepping out of the box is Weber. Five on 3 for 18 seconds. Ben Toto skating this one through. Toto still controlling. Can't work his way through center ice. Gets that one pinched up. Now back over. Eggleseder. Drew Eggleseder with the shot, blocked shot, and stuck out of the zone. Eggleseder back out to center ice. Players out of the box, 5-on-4 now. Into his own end, turning 47-second power play opportunity here for the Warriors. They have to convert on this with 13:25 left in the period, and they are trailing by 3 goals. Wrap around, tucked right up by the goalie. Puck gets loose. Puck's loose.
They're calling Reed Lahr.
No, they're calling the Tigers player.
I don't know. Well,
see, the players don't even know what's going on. They're pushing and shoving in front of the net. It happens.
We had possession of the puck, and he blew it dead. So there's a comedy of errors with the way that they're officiating this game.
McGowan at center, Popovic and Haviland 5-on-3 for 32 seconds. Boys, you're not going to get better opportunities than this. Cannonberg working it across. Drop pass back over to Foster. Shoots one in. Save into the corner. Haviland picking that up. Haviland with some time. Back out to Cannonberg at the blue line. He sees Foster in the far side. He's going to sauce it over to him. Foster walking his way in. Takes a shot. Another pad save through a screen. Haviland back over to Foster at the blue line. 10 seconds left. Over to Cannonberg. Top of the circle. Shot. Blocked in front. Loose puck. Banged out. And the Tigers are racing up the ice. Haviland getting in front of his man, trying to lift the stick. The Tigers get to it. And they're going to give Haviland a penalty. You got to let these kids play hockey. Even that other Tigers penalty was not a penalty in front of the net. Let the kids play hockey.
Should we get a let them play chant going with the crowd?
I think both teams would be okay with that
right?
chant right now going on. Pavelski back to Toto, 4-on-4. I don't even know, a 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 14 seconds. Then the Warriors will be killing off a penalty for a short amount of time, but I have a feeling there's going to be another call before that.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
Toto couldn't make the pass across, it's knocked down. Back out to Pavelski now. He looks through center, winds his way up. We can see what Sasha's going to do with this one. Takes it into the corner. Spins back to his backhand, puts it back to the forehand, sending it around the back of the net for Medeo. Medeo with the flip to Moore. Quick flip back into the corner. Medeo circles in behind the referee. Austin Medeo gets it taken away from him by the Tigers player in the corner. And the Tigers make the pass out through center. Foster knocking it away and taking it back into the offensive zone. He is all alone there as Medeo rips off for a change. Foster doing some nifty moves there. Devin Foster right towards the front of the net, still digging. Now the puck is covered up. And the goalie hangs on. Reffing aside, everything else aside, the goals that were scored against the Warriors are not, they weren't good goals on the Warriors' part.
Yeah.
Ross, Egel-Cedar to Kolchevsky, into the corner. McGowan, who's got Foster in front. Foster, back to the point. Egel-Cedar battling to keep it in. It's tipped back in, offside with Foster skating towards the blue line. 11:18 left to go. I mean, there's still a ton of time because it feels like we've been here for 4.5 hours already. As the Warriors start playing the way that they can, this can turn around in a hurry. But the Tigers get it out of their own end, have a player in behind. It's going to be an icing call. Luckily, he didn't catch that pass. I apologize to the fans across the globe if I don't feel like I'm enthusiastic right now. I was having a hard time lifting my spirits at the moment. If you couldn't tell by my voice or my horribly negative attitude.
I just think there's a lot of processing going on right now. Just trying to figure out why this is happening.
Finally taken away there as the player was trying to go end to end. Finally couldn't split the D. Medeo taking it out. Austin off his skate, kicking it back into the zone for the Tigers to pick up. They circle. Out to center. Coming across, onside. I believe we're playing 5-on-5 hockey for the first time this game. Tigers in deep in the Warriors' end. Back out to the blue line. Flipping it in and taking away. Weaver with the opportunity. Luke Weaver, can he turn this around? Shoots one and it's in! Off the inside of the post in a bounce.
Attaboy,
Weaver bringing life back into myself and this Warriors team. Never say never, shooter. I know it was me that probably said never, but.
I think I was the optimistic one going into the third period.
It's 5-4, right?
No, it's 5-3.
That was 5-2, now it's 5-3. Down by 2. Still a hole to dig their way out of, but they're one step closer here with 10 minutes and 5 seconds left to play. Tigers coming back in inside the blue line. Shoot one. They get it off the post. In front. Missing on the shot there. Haviland going back into the corner in his own end. Picks it up on the backhand. Not going to wind his way up. Shaking it back out the other way. Drop pass there for Cannonberg. Henry Cannonberg looking for that big pass out to Foster. They waved off icing for some reason again. That was a blatant icing against the Warriors. Whew. Foster in a corner with Lar digging. Foster turning out of the corner, back drop pass. Cannonberg stepping in on the blue line. He's in behind the goal line, goes to the front of the net. And the goaltender puts a glove on it, whistled down with 9:21 left to go in the third. The OTT has a little bit of life. I hope you do too. It's Sunday Fun Day here at the Edge in Littleton, Colorado. Benabelski controlling this one into the corner. Sasha one-hand pass, trying to put that towards the front of the net. It comes off the backside. Toto fighting for it. Still has it. Him and Benabelski both maneuvering their way through the corner. Finally dropped out there and picked up by the Tigers. McGowan, who was manning the point, comes and pinches that one in. Another puck goes in on the net, and it's underneath the goalie's glove. Five, 3. Springs Tigers with the lead. Toto, McGowan, and Popovic now as they're continuing to mishmash these lines, trying to find the right combination. Benevelski with some speed, backhand drop there, but that's going to be picked right up by the Tigers. Now it's a 3-on-1. Oh, they mishandled the puck as Benevelski gets up. The blue line back to the Tigers. Around the corner, centering pass taken by Popovic. Noah's got some room now. Noah speeding through center ice. Comes in, takes a long far shot, blocker down. McGowan going into the corner looking for it. He's tied up. Kolchevsky stepping in. Pop's getting back on that play. Pop's getting shoved down as he was trying to turn that one away. And Tigers, oh, and then McGowan got away with one there in center ice as he took a player out behind the play. Tigers keep it inside the Warriors' end. Backhand pass sliding through the crease over to the far side. Toto gets shoved off the puck. Rough stuff going on in the corner as the Tigers are trying to dig it out of the pile. They managed to get it there. Now they're working their way out towards the front of the net. Shot, and Prokop coming out across to make the save. Foster, Weber, and Medeo now. I have to check every time. I can't just call names out.
Changing out.
Trying to find something that's going to work here. That's not working as Eggleseder now behind the net. Front and Prokop. The locker save. Medeo in a corner, back over. Foster up and out. They couldn't glove it down, so Weber's going to chase it down through center ice. Weber with the steal away. Foster couldn't pick it up. Back over to Kannenberg. He's holding the blue line. Fires one in. It's just underneath the goalie as he kicks over the side. Foster with the centering pass. Medeo unable to collect. Kicked out to the point. Kannenberg across over to Eggleseder. He shoots one, looking to go up. It's caught up in the goalie's equipment as he hangs on. Running short on time. 7:15 left to go. The 2-goal deficit. Haviland now at center, with Popovic on one side and Lara on the other. Pop's trying to flip that one through. Around, past Moore, and the first one there is a Springs player. Comes in, Moore gets a stick on him and sends the guy flying into the boards. Kannenberg digging, Lara coming out of the scrum with it, kicking it through past the blue line. And they're gonna send Kannenberg and the two of them for roughing here. Behind the plate, tangled up with each other. No, the player's skating away. It's number 27. Yeah, even the coach is telling him, get to the box, let's get this over with. Enough whistles.
Too matchy. Why do you drop it in that zone?
That's where the play was out here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't the play at center ice
Well,
when
I mean, no, it was
still inside the blue line?
I don't know.
Haviland trying to win that one forward. Gets back over, Owen Moore. Back up to Popovic. They continue to play the music here as Pop's working hard in. Noah Popovic takes this in behind. He's got it on his backhand, working his way into the right corner. Turns, dumps it right back in. Haviland looking to retrieve. Kicking it out. It's caught up under his skates. Flips it back up to his stick and then pushes it around the other side for Lara. But bounces over the stick of the Tigers player, and Lara's battling against two of them, trying to keep it down. Back to Popovic behind the net. Centering pass out front. Benevelski shoots, blocked in front. Haviland over into the corner. They're just trying to pinch this one up against the boards. And it's stuck out. Benevelski keeping that in at the blue line. Oh, there was that offside. I don't know if I had the angle right on it. But again, this ref was calling it delayed offside. He had his hand up while the puck was in the zone for a while. Got some work to do here. I wouldn't want to be them at practice on Tuesday.
I know.
If Matt's not happy after this game. Tigers trying to get this out of their own zone. Make the pass, it's tipped out to center ice. Coming around is Toto. Self pass out. And Toto gets taken out as he's trying to cross the center line. Weber jumping into the play. Back out to center, Benevelski steps into it. Toto at the blue line, battling, back out. Benevelski tying his man up, and then Toto turns, firing one in. Medeo going around the far side as the goaltender's going to leave it there for his D-man. And Medeo takes the man out, finishing the check cleanly. Offside, no. Go! Toto trying to find Weber. That was a dangerous pass right at center ice. Back out to Toto. He's working his way in. Ben Toto backhand blocked down in front before it gets through. Medeo is waiting in front of the net for any loose puck. Now it's one-on-one coming against Kolcheski the other way. Gets a stick on or a skate on it. Toto with some time to move. Up to Medeo on the far side. Austin Medeo coming across the blue line, working far down into the left corner. Medeo still has it. 4 guys come up on him, and he's still looking to dig this puck out. Now it's turning. Foster kept in the blue line by Kolcheski. Sent out by the Tigers. Ref catches that one in his skate. So Popovic picks it up and tries and wheel it through center ice. Flips it in. Around the back of the net. 4 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. Salazar behind the net. Back over Foster. Chasing this one out. Gets it to the blue line. Kolcheski can't hold it. Then pinches it back up. Has some room now with everybody back on side. Popovic coming back across the blue line. Entering the offensive zone and quickly turned around by the Tigers. The center. Eagle Cedar. Kicking one and penalty? Penalty against the Tigers. I didn't even see it, but you don't have to see penalties in this game to know what's going on. Warriors still have some life. If they want to do some damage here, now would be the time to do it. On the power play, down by 2 goals, 4 minutes and 3 seconds left. I don't think Matt's going to be using his timeout just yet, or he is. Why they put 2 guys?
Looks like he is.
Well, it must have been a hit from behind then, eh? They got 2 and 10 for that one.
Oh.
Or is he putting the wrong guy in the box? I'm trying to figure out what the ref's doing over there. The wrong guy went to the box. Do you think he will contemplate pulling Prokop here with 4 minutes left to go, down by 2 with the man advantage?
Not at 4, maybe at 3.
If they get to that 3,
I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, what do you have to lose? So.
They need 2 goals in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
A quick one here, perfect. Like, don't waste any time. Just get this puck to the net and crash it in.
Yeah.
He's drawing lots of circles on that whiteboard, and I can only guess what's coming out of his mouth. He seems pretty calm, though. But I still know the words that are coming out of his mouth. Beep, beep, beep. Toto, Foster, Lahr, Popovic, Cannonberg on the power play here with 4 minutes left to go. Toto, clean win, back out to Cannonberg. Dumping that into the corner, circling is Toto. Comes in, shoots that one right into the shin pads of the defender. Gets the rebound back though, gets it out to Cannonberg. Fires it all the way up our side for Foster, flipping another one in. It's right on the goalie's belly, he's gonna hang on. But that is the point, they need a quick one here. They gotta get this puck to the net and hope for a loose one, crashing and banging. Lahr coming off, McGowan coming in to take his spot. Blue line kept in there by Cannonberg, taking his time now, getting set back up. Foster at the top of the circle, shoots one in. It's underneath. They were looking for a rebound. It wasn't there. But McGowan was on the doorstep. Foster getting the draw now. Popovic over on his wing. Toto, the fourth forward out there on the point. Oh, Cannonberg tried to flip one over. Couldn't fool the goalie there. He stuck his mitt up in the air, bringing it back down. 30 seconds ticked off of this one. Still 1:30 left to go. Toto now taking that face off, back out to Pop. Canterbury keeping it in the blue line, over to Popovic. Hard pass across to Foster, shoots! Oh yeah! And they get it! It deflected in front, but good work there by the Warriors, getting the puck to the net. And now with 3:26 left to go in the game, it's a 1-goal differential. Now my stomach's a little bit nervous there, Shooter.
So now that we close that gap by 1 goal, we'll get a minute and a half if Simon's going to come.
I think it'll be less than that. Canterbury's in behind his own net. Henry up to Weber. Has Medeo on the far side. It goes under a couple of players. Medeo's still looking for it. Now Toto bumping. Egelceder loses that one at center ice. Tigers backhanded in, knocked down by Henry, and then a shot comes in, and Prokop makes the save. Egelceder and Canterbury make sure nobody's getting to their goaltender. And now Popovic, Foster, Haviland, Benevelski, and Kolchevsky are on the ice. The all-Canadian forward line that we haven't noticed to this day yet. Shot off the backboards. Benevelski. Over, Foster digging. Popovic chases it back out to center. It's over on the far side. Haviland forces him to dump that one down in deep. Prokop stopping it behind the net. The Hawks get there. I keep saying the Hawks because we're at the Hawk at center ice. The Tigers taken out of the zone by Popovic. Can he get it across? Haviland was over there. Pass up off the scorekeeper's bench. Taken into the zone again by the Tigers. Benevelski behind his own net. They gotta start moving here. Haviland got it caught up in his glove, and they're gonna whistle that one down. Tried to drop it. I think it was stuck there, or did he close his mitt a little bit on it?
I think it got stuck.
They're gonna go off, and it's Toto, Medeo, and McGowan. Has Canterbury been off the ice this period?
Not much.
Not for long. He's out there with Egelceder right now on the defensive side. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Is that an offside? Well, I'm not sure what the call was. Outside, hand pass. High stick. 2 minutes for the broadcaster being too handsome.
Yeah, that's it.
McGowan working his way across the blue line. He's got it in front. Drops that one back to Canterbury. Flips one in. I don't think anybody saw it. That's because it was blocked down into the corner. Canterbury with the hustle. He's being held up behind the net. Back out to the dot. Canterbury still worth his way in. McGowan come in, shoving the man off the puck. Hard ring around. Knocked down off the stanchion and kept into the zone. Finally, the Tigers get it back out to center ice. It's up. Egelceder back in his own end. No icing. Egelceder up. Now we're running short on time. Minute 31 left to go. Canterbury out there with Egelceder. Tigers have it in the Warriors zone. Pass in front. Still loose. Canterbury with the stick, knocking that one down.
Go.
Out to McGowan. To Medeo. Austin Medeo racing down the left side. McGowan going with them. Prokop going to the bench. Canterbury off to Benevelski steps out. Lars steps out. Moore steps out. McGowan's behind the net. Centering pass. Off the boards. Bash out to Sasha. Shooting one in. Loose in front. It's underneath their sticks. Loose. Oh, McGowan gets shoved down on top of the goaltender. Puck's still loose. The goalie loses his gloves, so they blow the whistle. With the goaltender pulled now, no timeouts left, 48.4 seconds on the clock. Haviland, Popovic, Foster, Toto, Cannonberg, and Egelceder. Hard up the boards, kept in the blue line by Canterbury. Turn, shoots one in, the deflection off Popovic's shin pad, kicks it into the corner. Egelceder pinching down in deep. To the blue line, it's under Haviland's skate. Popovic there with them, turned and fired out of the zone. It's going to be an icing call against Tigers. And I know my words are few and far between right now, but I can't really talk. I'm kind of into watching this game. I would love to see a goal here by the Warriors. Foster back out to the blue line. Popovic playing the point, hammers it into the corner. Foster in front, couldn't get it through. Toto in the other corner, back behind the net to Foster. He's hanging out, waiting for somebody to get open, spinning around. They couldn't get out of the zone. Toto battling in the corner, still shoving around for it. Off the glass, off of Foster. Foster, 5 seconds. Shoot! Puck bouncing around, loose in front, and it's into the corner, and the Springs win the game. Last-ditch efforts were close, but to no avail. We're going home, and I guess we get to watch that Broncos game tonight.
I guess so. It's unfortunate.
I wish I had more positive things to say, but there was a time in that game that was just hard to watch, and the Warriors weren't there. They were out of their own game. They were out of their element. They finished off strong, but it was too little, too late. But we had a fun weekend.
And we forgot our sponsor today.
Well, we did forget our sponsor. Now that it's all over, coming out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, we've got Canes up here, but down there we've got Los Polos Hermanos. If I said that correctly, but we've all been there. If you know, you know. It's not a front for anything. It's just the best chicken around. Sponsor of the OTT and your Warriors here as we wrap up the Littleton Thanksgiving tournament. Had a lot of fun, Shooter. It's been my pleasure to be with you all weekend here, except for the one game you ditched me.
Well, sorry about that.
And on
Try not to make a habit of that.
On behalf of us, thank you guys for all tuning in. It's been fun. We'll see you next Sunday. I'm Harry Haviland, signing out.